G'day guys, and welcome to my channel here where I talk all about the best in movies and pop culture. And today I'm going to be focusing on Disney's live action movie slate from 2021 onwards to about 2022 to 2023. Now, of course, we know that Disney is remaking a lot of their live animation movie slate. We've also had films previously such as The Lion King, we've had Beauty and the Beast, and there are some more to come. Disney is remaking more of their live or their animated properties into live action films. So let's jump in and let's focus on the slate of Disney movies that are opening from 2020 onwards. And of course, this year has been the year of Mulan. I've loved what they've been doing with this particular project, the way that they're changing it around compared to what they've done in their original animated. They're not going to have the traditional musical numbers. They're going to use them more as the underscore. We also don't have any Mushu, any General Chang as well. So it's interesting to see the way that Disney is going about Mulan, and particularly, like I say, changing the game a bit. And a lot of people either like or hate the musical numbers that they've had before, particularly in things like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. So it's great to see them going in a new direction. And if it is successful for them, then of course I think maybe this is a way they should go with the Disney live action movies. Particularly, we know that they're full of great music, but you can also use them as the underscore. So I'm really excited the way that they've been going and pushing out these live action movies now, particularly with Mulan. And of course we know that we've got a live action sequel to The Jungle Book coming, of course, in 2020 as well, with Jon Favreau as a director. Really excited to see what he does with this particular movie, considering that he's directed episodes of The Mandalorian. He's known in the Marvel universe as Happy Hogan. So he's really getting along well with the Disney family, let's just say that. So it's great to see him coming back to do a sequel of The Jungle Book. We know the first one, of course, we had Bill Murray as Baloo. We had a great cast in the original Jungle Book that he did. It's really great to see the way that they're pushing the live action and they're pushing the special effects to make these at least seem, with live action, particularly with the animals as well. The CGI and the effects is just getting better and better in Hollywood now, and that's why you've been able to push out these movies like The Lion King or things like The Jungle Book. Regardless of what you think of these movies, the visual effects is absolutely amazing. So having Jon Favreau come back to direct a sequel to The Jungle Book and seeing where they can go with a sequel that's different to the original is what I'm really looking forward to. We also have The Little Mermaid. Now, while this hasn't been given an exact release date, I think we can speculate to mid-2021 or maybe even an early 2022 release date. We know we've got Hailey Bailey starring in the role of the Little Mermaid, or starring in the role of Ariel. We know we've got Melissa McCarthy starring as Ursula. This is gearing up to have a really good cast in it. And of course, Melissa McCarthy, I've been a fan of hers since Mike and Molly. She did that old sitcom back in the day as well. I didn't mind the female Ghostbusters reboot. I've always kind of liked Melissa McCarthy. So I reckon she's going to bring something great to the role as Ursula as well. And of course, Hailey Bailey, who is a name who isn't really known that much in Hollywood. I'm really excited to see what she can do with this big starring role as well. So The Little Mermaid is one that I'm really looking forward to checking out in 2021 or even an early 2022 release date as well. I think it's just about to start shooting, so let's hope that we see The Little Mermaid maybe next year or even possibly early the year after, because I'm really looking forward to the cast that it's got. Really looking forward to seeing those musical numbers, particularly Under the Sea. Looking forward to seeing what the cast does with The Little Mermaid. It's going to be very exciting to see, as well as a live action version of Pinocchio is also in the works. Now, again, this doesn't have a release date yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing them remake such a classic version of Pinocchio. These movies were released so long ago, and what's really been great about these Disney live-action movies is the fact is they play on the nostalgia. You know, you've got families bringing all their kids that they've had recently into the new generation of Disney, you know, who weren't around when the, original Pinocchio came out. So it's about time that these movies did get another redo or another live action treatment. And even if you don't agree with these live action remakes, remember you've always got the original, and particularly with Disney Plus, you can always go back and rewatch them. It's just what I've been doing with movies like Pinocchio and movies like Snow White. I've been going back and checking. Even I went back and watched Peter Pan recently, the original Peter Pan. It's really exciting considering that Disney Plus not only is a place where we've been going to watch great series like The Mandalorian and watch a lot of the Marvel movies, but I really love the old Disney catalog. catalog. It really brings back that nostalgia. Even some of those underrated animated movies that they had back in the day, such as The Great Mouse Detective. I love Disney's content library, and that's what I've been going back and checking out a lot of these movies. Particularly with Pinocchio, there is rumors that Tom Hanks may come to do Geppetto. So this is a little bit up in the air at the moment in terms of release date, but it is still one that is on the slate, and it's rumored for Disney to be actually developing into a live action movie, which I reckon, while no release date has been set, I reckon it's going to be around 2021 or or early 2022. I reckon it's great to see a Pinocchio remake getting the treatment as well from Disney. Another one that's been rumored is Snow White. Now, Snow White is one I went back and watched recently, and consider this, the original Snow White came out more than 80 years ago. So that came out even well before I was born. So it's great to go onto Disney Plus, like I mentioned before, rewatch the original and get excited for the live action adaptations. I'd love for them to add a Snow White movie to the roster. These are movies that are believed to be added to the roster, but have not yet been given the release dates as of yet. Particularly, we know things with the current slate of the world at the moment that, the movies and the release dates are currently getting pushed and pulled back. So it'll be interesting to see Snow White coming out in the next couple of years, particularly having a remake, like I said, with that classic nostalgia. It'll be interesting to see where they can bring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs into the live action form, how they're going to do the dwarves, who's going to play Snow White. There's a lot of questions there, and I'm really looking forward to a live action version of Snow White in the future. So they're just a few movies that have been added to the Disney slate that I recommend are worth checking out, particularly with Mulan and the Jungle Book sequel this year as well. We also got the Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, and of course we have Snow White. So let me know which one of the Disney live action movies that you are most looking forward to in the comments section down below. I'm really looking forward to things like the Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, Snow White when they get around to releasing these movies. They are believed to be in production, but when we'll see them in terms of release dates just yet is not yet known, but I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I know more about these release dates for the live action Disney slate. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Coming to my YouTube channel, I talk all about the best in movies and pop culture. My name's Darcy Oliver. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the like button to make sure you're always notified when I release new content, to make sure and keeping you guys updated as well. And make sure you check out some of my previous work in addition as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name's Darcy Oliver, and I'll talk to you soon.